Brazak was he paid attention. He was not a stubborn person. I remember one incident he had asked me that I should wake him up to come to the prayer meeting. So I went, I'd come in, so I went to Sister Esther's house to knock at his retreat room. So we're walking down. Then a goat was really crying. It was around 12 midnight. To me, a goat is making noise in the night. What's the big issue about it? He said, that goat it's not okay. Why should anybody pay attention to goats? Then we walked again. He said, no, there's something wrong with that goat. So we got there. He stopped by the center. He stopped, went to see the goat. The goat had intertwined itself with its ropes. So he called the night watchman. Well, the night watchman was there, but he didn't pay attention. Brazak was he paid attention to God. Even God speaking to him through his disciples. When I realized that he took me seriously, I became very conscious as to anything that he asked me, because I say, oh, I might say something that is not God's will. I think when he discovered it, he made me more relaxed. Like he would just, I remember once he had to go to to India, I think. I'd gone on mission to Boya. There, I had something like, I wouldn't call it a vision because I was not dreaming. I was not sleeping. That Brazak had entered the plane, and the plane had a crash somewhere. And that Brother Constant Yonko had gone to look for him. There was no trace of Brazak. So he had to come back. When I came, I was chatting with him. He was in the inner room of his office. I stood at the door, so I was chatting. He said, Sister Me, I have a heaviness in my heart concerning this trip. That's when that thing came. I said, brother, this is what I saw. I just narrated to him what I'd seen. I was just telling a story. To him, it was a confirmation that God, he was sensitive. He could hear God speaking to him through circumstances, through people. See, he was not stubborn. He had a very sensitive, a very gentle spirit. So he could easily hear God even through people. And it's one of the things that frightened me. Because, but I would speak to him freely. Once I was driving with him, bringing him back from the department, there was a young man, a young brother. He called him. He said, you took some money from me to get chemicals from Nigeria, right? Yes. You said you were supposed to bring it this date, right? Yes. That was over 6 months. So he said, you must bring the money now. He said, I gave him a certain date limit. Then he entered the car, said, let's go. I said, Brother Zach, I'm surprised. I didn't think you cared so much about money that you stopped. He said, no. He said he was doing it for that young man's good. I understood that even though he was very generous, very liberal, he was correcting that young man, helping him. Because if he took Brother Zach's money, he would be under a curse. So I learned from him to be frank with people without rejecting them. He rebuked people, but he never rejected people at all.